Okay, boss. Okay. Next topic, we're getting into, we're done with CKF and new formula. Next, structures, boss. Okay. Structures are basically a reusable component. You can have structure and you can build multiple nodes onto it, and then we can reuse it. Like, say, by default, when you bring in your measures, it formulates a structure here, and I can build my own structure also. Again, right click and say what, new structure, and under this structure I can start building my new selections. Yeah, I can build like new form. I can build my own custom nodes like that, and then I can go about saving this structure. And then you start see this structure as global. So if I want to reuse it again, what I can do, I can just drag it again. So once I save the structure, it becomes global. I can reuse it in other queries also. The major purpose of structure is you want to build your own custom nodes under it by using new selection or new formula. Then you go with structures, and then you can save it and as a global structure and reuse it in other queries. Yeah, with all other queries on that same cube, not in every query in BW. Okay. Okay. But there should be some logic behind. Let's say my user is asking me this way. So you want to see amount and what, quantity. He wants to see his own notes like this. He's got his own pro forma of the report what he wants. He wants to see total values, and he should get some xxxx value and some xxx. Okay. Then you want one blank row after this. తర్వాత ఒక బ్లాంక్ రో కావాలి. దెన్ యూ వుడ్ లైక్ టు సీ ఇట్ ఫర్ మన 2012 కదా, 2012 మార్చ్. ఓకే. 2013 ఇలా ఈ వాంట్స్ ఇట్స్ ఓన్ కస్టమ్ నోట్స్ లైక్ దిస్. ఓకే. ఇయర్ కావాలి, ఒక దగ్గర మంత్ కావాలి, మళ్ళీ ఇయర్ కావాలి, మళ్ళీ ఇంకో దగ్గర జాన్ ఫెబ్. యూ కెన్ చేంజ్ ఇట్ ఆల్సో, బట్ ఇలా కావాలి నాకు. ఇట్స్ ఓన్ ప్రొఫార్మ్ హౌ యూ వాంట్స్ ద రిపోర్ట్. ఇక్కడ కూడా ఎక్స్ఎక్స్ఎక్స్ కావాలి. వాట్ దిస్ ఎక్స్ఎక్స్ఎక్స్ షుడ్ డూ? ఇదేందన్న 2012 అమౌంట్ అండ్ క్వాంటిటీస్. ఇదేంది 2012 జనవరి క్వాంటిటీస్ కావాలి. అర్థమైంది బాస్? So if you want to build your own report with custom layouts like this, you go out building your own custom nodes. Okay. See what I try to do is, let's say I place amount and quantity here. So does it try to show entire amount and quantity? So I'll try to put restrictions from the rows there. I'll build a structure. Okay. Right click, say what is it? What is it? New selection, and set this as total values, and there's no restriction. So when there's no restriction, will that row show me total values? Yeah. Then tarvata again I need what, new selection, and one blank row I want, right? కనపడకుండా డాట్ పెడతాం. సో ఏదో ఒకటి వెళ్ళా. ఓకే. పెట్టేసి I give some condition which will never get satisfied. Restrict year with some నాకు ఎప్పుడు 9999 ఇయర్ అని ఉండదు అని చెప్పి. సో ఐమ్ జస్ట్ గివింగ్ ఫాల్స్ కండిషన్ విచ్ నెవర్ గెట్ సాటిస్ఫైడ్. సో వాట్ డస్ ఇట్ షో వాల్యూ ఇయర్? నో వాల్యూ ఇస్ షోన్, రైట్? ఇది పైకి వెళ్ళాలి. దెన్ okay, I want a blank row like that. That's how we manipulate a blank row. And then under this then I need to see 2012 year sales. Then again I'll build one more new selection. Edit. In the 2000 direct log out, right click restrict button out, direct login out, and I want this name to be what? 2012. Okay. తర్వాత one more selection. Jan 2012 and the year is 2012. Okay. And what? And month name is what? Is the restriction for this one. Okay. Let's have new selection. Edit. Feb 2012. Restrict month with what? Feb. Okay. And year is what? Like this you can build n number of nodes. Okay. రియల్ టైం ఒకసారి మనం 1039 నోట్స్ బిల్డ్ చేస్తుంటాం. ఓకే. నౌ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ విత్ వాట్ 2013. అట్లా మళ్ళీ చదువుతాం. రైట్ క్లిక్ న్యూ సెలెక్షన్, ఎడిట్, Jan 2013. Okay, done. Next Feb 2013. Like this, let's say I've got multiple nodes now. I would like to organize them now. Total values pike వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. Then this has to come out next. Then what? Jan దాని కింద కావాలి. ఎలా వచ్చు? అవునా? రైట్. సేవ్. And let me see the result. So I can run that in the browser directly. But so do I get the required format? కానీ వాడు కొద్దిగా ఇలా అంటాడు, అట్లొద్దు, these two should be collapsed under this, collapsed, and these two to be collapsed under this, and these two to be collapsed under total values అంటాడు. So with structures, when you build a lot of custom nodes, we have flexibility of level up, level down on a concept. Select this Jan, save. So now you see this collapsed. Drag it on to that node. Okay, close this. నాకు ఈ బ్లాంక్ ఏమొద్దు, తీసేస్తుంది. And I want this to be under this total values. Done. Collapse, close. Now you see these nodes being closed up, and is it like hierarchy bus? Total values, when he expands he wants to get this, he wants to get this out. Like this, when he asks for different set of nodes to be displayed, you can build your own custom nodes and provide level up, level down effect like this by using structures. Okay, and when I save this structure, when I save this structure, what happens now? It's already saved, right? Now look at this. All the global structures are shown as a separate folder here. Expand this, I can without key figures, right? This is one level. You can reuse it in other queries wherever you want. Once the structure is saved, it can be reused into other queries wherever you want. Okay, that is one purpose. Yeah, we can copy. It says, can we copy these nodes? Yes. Say you can want right click, you can say copy, and you can say not under this, you can say we can paste this. We can do pasting. It's not allowing. It's a global structure, but no, we can do that. See here, I'll try to copy it. I can always paste it like that, no problem. This is global, change any that's okay. That is one important point. And one more point is, if it is global structure, let's say used in 2-3 queries. If I change the structure in one query, it reflects changes to all the queries. Okay, now my query is this. I have a global structure used in my query, but I would like to do changes, but should not reflect changes to other queries. How do I do? There is something like remove reference. Okay. When you right click, there is an option. What is the option here? Remove reference. So the linking is moved, and once the linking is moved, I can basically do some changes. Let's say I want to delete something. So even if I do changes to the structure, it will not reflect changes to the global structure. Now if I try to remove this out, and if I try to log in level again, is it bringing that node? So by using remove reference, you can remove the connections between local and the global structures. Okay, you can disjoint the reference. Okay, that is one. And one more important point to be noted is, okay, so I have a structure here. Okay, and I build one formula where I am saying one, ante what does the cell show you? 1. Ante kada boss. I am building one more structure here and one more formula here. Here I say 0. ఇక్కడ నుంచి 1 అంటున్నావు, ఈ నుంచి 0 అంటున్నావు. అది ఏది తీసుకోవాలి? సో డూ యూ సీ సమ్ కొలిజన్ ఆఫ్ ది లాజిక్? ఎస్ అన్న బస్. చూడండి ఏది తీసుకుంటుందో చూద్దాం. ఏది తీసుకుంటాను? అది తీసుకుంటా. నాకు వద్దు, ఇది తీసుకోవాలి బస్. సో there is a cell where I got 2 formulas been intersecting it, right? We have a collision of the formula bus. Yes or no bus? So then you can control which one should be given the preference. There is a property called formula collision and option on the bus. So when I select any formula, you see properties here. When you go to properties of the formula in this extended tab, there is something called formula collision on the bus. Drop down, use result of this actually one ఇది వాడతాను కదా, collision ఏమో నాది వాడాలని చెప్తున్నారు. సో వాట్ షుడ్ ఐ సే? యూజ్ రిజల్ట్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఫార్ములా అంటే ఇప్పుడేమో దీని ఫార్ములా రిజల్ట్ ఏంది? 1 0 వస్తుంది. యూజ్ రిజల్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది కంపీటింగ్ ఫార్ములా అంటే 2 పోటీ ఉన్నట్టు దాన్ని వాడుకో అన్నట్టు చెప్పచ్చు. So I said give preference to me anna kabatti now it start showing you 0 bus. Like this, there is a concept when you use multiple structures, you have a flexible problem of formula being colliding together. Then you can use this formula collision property and control whether it has to give preference to your query, your formula or the competing formulas. Okay. Done. And how many structures I am able to leverage, boss? 1 and 2. So maximum we can only use 2 structures in a report. One is at the rows, one is in the columns, boss. Okay. But just a point here. Look at this. Is that button enabled now? Is this icon enabled, boss? Yes, right? If I move this, not enabled. And maximum number of structures we can use in a query is 2, and only when we use 2 structures in a report, this is enabled. That is called cell definition, defined cells. We call that as cell definition. Okay, boss? Cell definitions. Cell definitions can be enabled only when we have 2 structures in a report, boss. Okay. So this is about what? Structures, boss. Okay. Next is cell definitions. Okay. I have year and I have some amount, and I would like to calculate tax amount. Let's say my tax, I would like to calculate sales tax. This is my total sales amount, and I would like to calculate sales tax. Let's say 12.36%. Then what I'll do, I'll right click and say what? How will you achieve this? I would like to derive a new column by performing some calculation. I can go with calculate key figure, or I can go with formula, anything. Calculate will be global, new formula will be local. So I'll try to build a formula, boss. Okay, new formula. What will I say? Sales tax amount. Okay, what I give them? Sales amount. Tax. What is the rules? Into divided by, so this will be 12.36% of sales amount. That will give us tax amount. Good. So అన్నిట్లో ప్రతి ఇయర్కి it will take this amount, and 12.36 is this, for this 12.36 is this, for this 12.36 is. అంటే when I am defining a CKF or when I am defining formula, does it perform same calculation on the entire column? A column అంతా అదే calculation చేస్తుంది. 12.36, 12.36, 12. But I have a different requirement, boss. Actually, when the year was 2012, my tax percentage is 11.36, and when the year is 2013, my tax percentage was 12.36. So in 2014, it is only 10.36. I have a different tax percentage ratios based on each year, boss. And is it almost like I am trying to do calculation each cell? Occo cell different calculation, boss. When you go with CKF or when you go with formula, it performs same calculation on the entire column. Column అంతా ఒకటే calculation, ఒకటే ఫార్ములానే. నాకు రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఏంది ఇప్పుడు ఒక్కొక్క సెల్లో ఒక్కొక్క లాజిక్ కావాలి, బస్. ఓకే బస్, దట్స్ వేర్ వి గో విత్ సంథింగ్ కాల్డ్ సెల్ డెఫినేషన్స్ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్. ఓకే, సి హౌ విల్ ఐ డూ దిస్? బట్ సి దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఐకాన్ వేర్ వి యూస్ సెల్ డెఫినేషన్స్. బట్ ఇఫ్ ఐ నీడ్ టు డూ దిస్, వాట్ షుడ్ ఐ హ్యావ్? I should have 2 structures, right? Good. So I cannot use here. I need to remove this here directly. Then now I am forced to create a structure here, right? Because if I can go with cell definition only when I have 2 structures. I am forced to create a structure. And let me remove this formula. New selection. I want one node for 2000. 12, 13, 14. 2012 is one. 2014 is one. What's neighbors? Now does it enable this? You click on this button. You get this cells. It shows cells, 3 cells here. You got sales amount. Now I can catch all of this. See, this cell is already have a value, which is what? Sales amount across each of these years. Again, I need to have one more column, then manipulate each cell. Okay, to bring in one more column, what will I do? Let me just add one formula where I just say 0. Dummy 0 bit kodutunu. So now if you go to cells, do you have another? Now do you have this sales tax column now? But this is going to fill up 0 in every entire column. Then my cell definitions will go and override that 0. ఈ సెల్లో నీకు క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ ఏందా 2012కి 10%, 11%, 12% అనుకున్నాం. వాట్ ఇస్ దట్ యూ వాంట్ ఇన్ దిస్ సెల్? 10% సరేలే, అంటే ఈ సెల్లో ఉన్న వాల్యూకి 10%. దీంట్లో ఈ సెల్ ఏముందో ఆ వాల్యూ కావాలి. బస్ ఇన్ ఈచ్ రో ఐ నీడ్ టు రెఫర్ టు ద కరస్పాండింగ్ సేల్స్ అమౌంట్, నాట్ ద ఎంటైర్ సేల్స్ అమౌంట్ కదా. సో అప్పుడు ఈ సెల్లో వాల్యూ ఏముందో నాకు కావాలి. సో లెట్ మీ క్రియేట్ వన్ నేమింగ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ నేమ్ ఫర్ దిస్ సెల్. సో యూజ్ దట్ నేమ్ ఇన్ టు దిస్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్. సో రైట్ క్లిక్ అండ్ సే న్యూ సెల్ రెఫరెన్స్ అంటాం. అంటే ఆ సెల్కి ఒక పేరు పడుతుంది అన్నట్టు. అంటే సేల్స్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ 2012 అని పేరు పడింది. దీనికి ఒక సెల్ రెఫరెన్స్, దీనికి ఒక సెల్ రెఫరెన్స్. సో లుక్ అట్ ద సెల్ నేమ్స్. Now I can use these names to refer to the value of this column, to this cell. ఈ సెల్లో వాల్యూని రెఫర్ చేసి I can use this name here. So I can go to this sales tax amount, right click, say what? New formula. ఈ ఫార్ములా ఈ సెల్కి ఒకటే. Right click and say what? Edit. What will I say? Sales amount of 2012. Okay. And you say into okay. Next let me create one more formula here. Edit. 2013 దానికి ఫార్ములా ఏంటంటే 11% అన్నాం. సో టేక్ సేల్స్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ what? Cell referencing to 2013 revenue. Into 11. New formula again. This time I must use sales amount of 2. That's where we basically create all the cell references. Into 12. Done. Okay. So if you see 7 lakhs 2000 లో 10% 70,000 is fine, and this is approximately 32 రాకుండా 35 వచ్చిందంటే 11 is 12. Like this you can define calculations at each cell by using cell definitions. But if I need to define a calculation at cell definitions, I need to have two structures in. So even in the scenarios of cell definition, having two building structure nodes and structures becomes mandatory for you. And can I say this is like a static query? Normally when you use two structures, నువ్వు ఎన్ని రోజులు ఎంత డేటాను లోడ్ చేయన్నా ఈ రిపోర్ట్ ఎప్పుడు 3 రోజులే వస్తుంటుంది అవుట్పుట్. సో So that is referred as static query. Static query. So when you use two structures in a report, we call it a static query, where the number of rows is always limited to those what you specified with the nodes. Okay, Nanda? Done? Yeah. Then next is characteristic properties. So as soon as I remove, see the cell definition is gone. Yeah. So I'm just taking another query. It's a different cube, yeah.